Greetings, everybody. Just want to let you all know this game's going to be starting at just a tad late. Teams are out for warm-ups right now, but game time will be approximately 10:30 puck drop. 10:30 puck drop here on the Maryland Hockey Network. We hope to see you in that short time for the start of this game between the Dragons and the Terrapins. But for now, enjoy the intermission music. again, another quick update here for those tuning in. I appreciate the patience tonight. But in addition to the game starting late because the D1 Drexel versus Syracuse game had a little bit of a Donnybrook towards the end of the game that took a long time to sort out. It's also Drexel University senior night, so there's going to be a little bit more of a break, and we apologize for that between now and the start of the game. Now we're probably push start time till around quarter of. But, again, we appreciate you sticking with us here on the Maryland Hockey Network, and we will be back in a moment for pregame. We'll give you some pregame because we don't want you to have to just sit here and listen to music, which I'm looking at the comments you guys have appreciated, but we will have that coming up in a moment here on the Maryland Hockey Network, but we want to just try and explain the delay so you do understand that we are ready for the game when it starts. It just hasn't started yet. Good night at this point. It's not even an evening, everybody, and welcome to the Class of 1923 Arena here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us here on the Maryland Hockey Network. My name is Mark McClure. I'm joined by Matt Fusillo, and we have a pretty exciting game here tonight scheduled between the University of Maryland Terrapins and the Drexel University Dragons. Both teams a little bit struggling coming into this game. Both teams with 5 wins. Maryland has 8 losses. Drexel with 13. But this is a really big spot here, Matt, for the Maryland Terrapins, an opportunity to pick up a win in conference, which they haven't done since way back against Stevenson in October.
Yeah, they struggle in the conference, and it's a tough conference for them, but time's winding down in the season as well. They do have another game next week against Drexel. That one's going to be home, and it's going to be their senior night.
It's very interesting to see these teams like exchanging senior nights, essentially. Maryland is here at the Class of 1923 Arena for Drexel senior night. Then literally Maryland's next game is Maryland's senior night at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel. So both these teams kind of sharing, being opponents for special moments for the other. So Drexel has just completed their senior night pregame festivities. Congratulations to all the Dragons that are graduating. But Maryland in a big spot, especially not just that this is a conference game, but also they're coming off a loss against Georgetown where they played some pretty good hockey in the first period. But I think something we've talked about a lot here on Maryland Hockey Network is Maryland's inability to put a full 60 minutes together. They got to do that tonight to beat this Drexel team and start to get momentum going.
You know, that's the topic that we keep hearing is the full 60 minutes. They really struggle with it. It's like they get a jolt of energy from something, a goal or a big save or whatever it was. I think we got that last night after the Tomaszewski goal. They started to play with a little bit more energy, and then again, it just fades out. They can't really string together a full 60-minute play. They've really struggled with that this season as a whole.
Maryland will send Henry Pelletier to the net for this game. Aiden Jones started yesterday, so Pelletier making his first start of the semester. And, you know, he's a guy that brings a lot of energy to this team. I think bringing him back in does a lot of good for Maryland. He's a really vocal goaltender, and he really tries to get his defenseman involved, and he keeps a lot of life in this team. We see it on the bench when he doesn't play, but when he does, I mean, it's up to another level with him.
Yeah, he's obviously a very loud goaltender, and he uses his voice. On the other hand, you have Aiden Jones, the other goaltender. He generally stays more reserved, and both are completely fine, but just to point out, they're very different goalies in terms of communicating with teammates and stuff like that on the ice. And again, both are completely fine, but tonight, you might even hear Henry from up here. He loves to talk.
Yeah, again, contrary to popular belief here at this arena, based on what your eyes are currently telling you, you can't see it, but the Penn logos around the arena. This is also the home of Drexel University Penn. It's actually a very nice arena here at the Class of 1923 Arena, just because this was originally built for a varsity NCAA program, but unfortunately Penn had to drop that program in the mid-'70s. They still play club ACHA hockey, but that's why it's such a really beautiful rink here, as it was originally designed for a Division I varsity program. And as both teams have had their starting lineups announced, we're going to take a break here on the Maryland Hockey Network as the national anthem is coming up next, and puck drop right after that. So hockey coming up shortly here on the Maryland Hockey Network. Buckle yourselves in, grab a caffeinated beverage if you need one, because we're ready for hockey here in the city of brotherly love. It's a late one. They thought we were on the West Coast when they scheduled the game time for this baby, because it's looking like an 11 o'clock p.m. starting time here at the Class of 1923 Arena. Again, a real pleasure to have you with us. My name is Mark McClure. I'm joined by Matt Fusillo here for the Maryland Hockey Network. Let's take you through today's starting lineups for both sides. Starting with Maryland, we have one major change in this. Liam Eden, as per usual, will start on the left wing. Tucker Healy in the center, but Andre Bozin will be on the right wing, and Patrick Beganowski shifted down to the second line, so Bozin getting a chance to run with that first group. Tyler McAvoy and Ryan Haight are the two defenders in the first pairing, and as we mentioned, Henry Pelletier is between the sticks. On the other side, Nathan Bryan is the starting goaltender for this Drexel University squad. Defensively, they'll send out Tim Mikulik and Jeff Student as the first two defenders, and then that first offensive group will be Josh Sklar, Zach Meserly, and Josh Finlayson. So it's time for hockey here. Puck drop goes Maryland's way. They have the puck. They'll bring it back behind into their own zone. It goes out in towards center ice. Healy picks it up, dumps the puck in towards the right corner. Eden is there to chase after it. Drexel gets to the puck first and has a chance to clear. Can't get it all the way out. It's picked up by Meserly. Meserly dropped it back, and then they bring it up towards the Maryland zone. Pelletier wants an icing. It's waved off. Puck drops back out towards the right circle. Maryland will pick it up with Haight. Haight comes to the near side. They have Eden drifting in with speed. Drops it back to Tucker Healy. Healy couldn't do anything with it. Went back to Eden, and now Healy gets it back again. Healy drifting towards the high slot. Back over towards McAvoy. He rips one, and it's just high. Goes back out for Healy at the left point. Healy will give it off to Haight. Behind the net is taken by Mikulik. He tries to clear it around the boards. Gets it up to Meserly. Back to Mikulik again, and he does get it free as Finlayson had it for a moment, but then lost it again. Maryland gets a change in here as it'll be dumped in by Bozin. It comes to the near side boards, and it's just flipped down into the Maryland end. Again, Pelletier wants an icing, but this time he will get the call, as we forgot to give you the scoreboard. So the faceoff will come here into the Drexel end.
And as you saw there, another big change. Ryan Haight is partnered with Tyler McAvoy tonight on defense. Tomaszewski and Airy, their second pairing, and Piper Holman will play with Ray McNamara as a third pairing, with Jetson Koo as that floating seventh defenseman.
Puck goes again, a quick shot in there from Maryland. The back pass here is intercepted. It goes out near the blue line. Tomaszewski takes it from there. Tomaszewski dumped the puck back into the Drexel end. Steinberg couldn't get a stick on it, and it goes back out towards center ice again, and Maryland will have to recover as Airy near his own blue line. He's able to get it past a couple of dragons. Maryland got big numbers forward here in a 4-on-2. Airy will bring it in, try to back pass, looking for Steinberg, and it'll be cleared out only as far as Tomaszewski rips a shot, and Bryant makes the save.
You love to see it. Early pressure by the Terps here. We saw the same thing last night. And that first period, a lot different than what we thought it was going to be. But tonight, good pressure early. Terps are maintaining possession in the offensive zone in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Dragons take it behind their own net. Maryland's put, again, heavy pressure on. We saw this yesterday. Maryland had a really good first couple of minutes, and they're doing the same thing to the Dragons, who've been held off the shot sheet so far, as this one's dumped in behind. Pelletier not afraid to play the puck. It wasn't a particularly good playing of the puck, as it's taken behind the net again there by Eric Eisler. Eisler had it taken away, though, after a bad pass. Looking up the near side for Ray McNamara. McNamara is able to force the pass forward, but again, it's taken away this time by Morgan Sharon. Opportunity for Drexel to get something in. Quick shot comes in. That one an easy save in the end for Pelletier. Came off the stick of Chris Lurie, Maryland sent it into the Drexel end, and they will get a full-fledged change on. Everyone leaves except for Ray McNamara. Up to the near side, Simon Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum flips one in from near center ice. Haight battling for the puck. It ends up going away towards Trevor Drake, who's running with the fourth liners today. Back out here to McNamara. McNamara goes across for Haight. Haight shoots one forward. Goes in behind. Drexel trying to recover themselves. McMenamin gets it. He's checked up against the boards. That was Josh Sklar laying the hit. Haight, wrist shot, save made. This one's loose. Could be a chance. No one knows where the puck is. The net comes loose. Drake had a backhander, but it will not count as it was saved and the whistle had gone already. And now we have a little bit of a dust up in front of the net.
Indeed, a little dust up. And Terps are looking good to start again. It'll be interesting to see how the bottom six performs tonight. You get really a lot of shifting in the entire lineup, but you look at the third line, you got Wynn, Wilson, Muirhead. I think Wynn had a really good game last night. He got a lot of chances. Muirhead's a great player. Chase Wilson's having a good freshman season, but enough of that. We got the first line out there. It's Healy, Eden, and Bozen, number 8.
Bozen getting a chance to try and shoot one in there. That one fanned on slightly. An opportunity for Jeff Quinn to clear for Drexel. Comes up the near side glass. Haight tried to hold it in. He laid a big hit, but the puck got through him, and we're going to icing call here against the Dragons. Really good bird's eye view here at Class of 1923 arena. Again, a little choppy. We're still working on it, but we're getting better every day, folks, here on the Maryland Hockey Network, trying to provide good coverage of Terps hockey. Haight gets the puck off of a Healy 1 face-off. Eden drifts in behind. He's forced off the puck down there by Michael Urbani. Eden gets it back there. He's got a really good motor. He's hit again by Urbani. This time Urbani brought him all the way to the ice. Maryland still holds on. They get it to McAvoy. McAvoy faked the shot, drives in. Then it's poke checked off his stick. Could be trouble going the other way for Drexel. It's a foot race. Haight trying to catch it down. It'll be a breakaway in. Pelletier with the denial. Great save on Jeff Quinn. We're keeping a rough count of shots. That's about 2 aside. We're working on it the best we can, so don't call it by gospel.
Yeah, that's a good play by Ryan Haight there. Racing back and taking away somewhat of a lane. The Drexel breakaway there, forcing him to go somewhat glove side, or at least down that lane in Pelletier.
Tomaszewski will go behind his own net, tries to break free, loses the puck. That could have been trouble in front. Zach Jones was right on the doorstep, could not finish the job, though. Now Maryland pokes it out near center ice. It could be a 2-on-1. Still a battle for the puck and a backhanded clear by the Dragons to get it out of danger. Tomaszewski right back in. Bryan will play it behind his own net. Zach Plotkin will start the rush here. He's pressured by Steinberg. He gets it up to Jones, but Jones, a bad pass, gets intercepted by Andrew DePoy, who's running with the second line today after having most of his experience with the third line. Again, been a lot of different changes here in this group for Joe Carter. We'll see all of them. We'll go over them at the next break. But it's an awful lot, and you can understand why, as Coach Carter has been really stressing that he needs to get more production out of his bottom 3. Lines, that is, not just the bottom 3 skaters. Goes into the Drexel zone. The Dragons try and clear. It ends up out near center. Landon Nguyen tried to get it. He ended up laying off. Get it to Airy. Maryland works on the dump in. Michael Urbani. It's a pass to the near side for Stephen Basin. Dragons turn it over, though, and Maryland will dump it in. 14:20 left here in the opening period. No score so far between the Dragons and the Terrapins. Tim Mikulik, the senior captain of this team, had it for a moment. Then he just bulldozed one of the Terrapins down there. They'll get involved down there. There may have been a grab around the neck area. But in the end, no penalty called. Referee lets it go. That was Nguyen that was tied up down there with Mikulik. He lost his stick. He goes to the benches. The puck goes behind the Maryland net. Pelletier holds it there. Here's Andrew Muirhead. He just helps the puck along. That just gives Maryland an opportunity to recollect themselves as the puck comes to the near side boards. Bad pass in the center, nearly intercepted by Blake Warner. Trevor Drake got a piece of it, and then it went off Warner's stick again into the Drexel zone. Dragons take it back and bring it back towards the Maryland side of things. It'll be taken behind by Jetson Koo, who is the 7th defenseman in this game. After a quick spell with the puck again, Drexel brings it back into the Maryland end. Ray McNamara went over across for Koo. Koo with it now. He lost it in his skates. Now he's heavily pressured. He has to go back to McNamara. That lined him up for a hit. Didn't lose the puck, though. So McMenamin tries to clear. Bad pass. It was intercepted in a late stick check in by Koo. May have saved the goal. Maryland gets it back with Warner. He's got plenty of time as they had to tag up. The Dragons were offside. A pass up towards center. McMenamin gets it to Drake just for a moment, but it goes back towards Drexel and Plotkin. He's heavily surrounded. He's shoved out of the ice by Blake Warner. Quinn gets it back. He helps it along. 2-on-1 for the Dragons the other way, led by Rosenbaum. He goes across. A shot comes in and a great blocker save made by Henry Pelletier.
That's a great save. Barely got the blocker on it, just deflecting it wide of the net.
It was Sklar on the shot. Another one came in. That one went wide off the deflection. Sklar gets it back again, but his pass towards the slot is easily intercepted by Drake. Drake, great pass to Eden. Here's Liam Eden in front. Shot and a good save made by Bryant. Maryland gets it back in the Drexel end. Healy got hit and lost control of it. Goes to the right corner for Eden. He tried to center it in front. Still in a dangerous spot. Another save made by Bryant. This has got a good pace going back and forth. We have under 12 minutes left to play here in the first period. Quickly the other way. Genovese just lost control of his skates as he went through. He hit Bosin. Bosin's down hurt. Over on the far boards, he's going to try and battle his way back to the bench as a shot comes in. Went off the glove of Pelletier after it may have taken a Jones deflection in front. Plotkin with it over at the far side boards. Plotkin just fires one in, goes off the pad of Pelletier. Maryland still trying to clear. Another bad turnover, and a wrist shot goes wide from Plotkin. Rebound chance, and he couldn't put it in. Plotkin still can't get control in their own end. Drexel having a long spell of offensive possession, and finally Maryland gets it to cleared up past center, and they get it to Liam Eden. Eden waiting for some help on the near side. He'll rip one in, got through traffic, and it was a pad save by Bryant. Jones sent it back towards the blue line. Eden couldn't control it, and it goes to Josh Finlayson. Finlayson to Jones. Did a good job beating his man as he gets into the Maryland zone. Tried a back pass, no one was there. Went back to Urbani at the point, who wrists one wide. And Maryland will get the clear back to center, and with Drexel offside, Maryland will get an opportunity to bring it forward, but they lose it pretty much as soon as they get past their own blue line. Got it back, though. Here's Daniel Tomaszewski. They call him Chevy, and a shot comes in and another save off the chest protector of Bryant. 10.5 minutes left to play here in the first period. No score between the Dragons and Terrapins. Airy plays it off the boards to himself. Tried to get it back. And Maryland's still working on getting the puck here as it's a battle for it in their own end. Tomaszewski trying to win it. Swings around. DePoy couldn't quite get to it. Behind the Maryland net, Drexel picks it up. That was John Connolly. Tried a back pass. Still nothing there. Connolly gets it again. Backhands it across the boards. Goes to the right point of wrist shot. Never got to Pelletier. It's still loose. Maryland can't get the clear off a diving play. Now open from the left. Dot shot does not come in. And then one of the Dragons lost a tire down there. And Maryland clears. Go the other way. They fly one in off the netting in the Drexel zone. We'll see where this faceoff may come out to the neutral zone.
Wow, you can finally take a deep breath after that long stretch of play without a whistle. Back and forth hockey. We saw Bosin get hurt in that play. He was finally able to get to the bench after a while. A lot of lost sticks. I mean, how long was that stretch? It was a while.
Probably at least 6 minutes of nonstop hockey. And we'll have a whistle here quickly. Looked like Maryland may have gotten a little jumpy on that start.
Seems like Drexel is really playing in the faces of the Terps tonight. They're playing aggressive hockey, not afraid to lay out hits.
Muirhead tried to get a pass over to Piper Holman, who was scratched yesterday. And Puck ended up getting off of his stick, goes back behind the Maryland net. Muirhead to clear, doesn't get it out convincingly. Messerly picks it up, goes out to the right point, lines up a one-timer that goes wide from Zach Plotkin. Back to the other point, they'll try again, and same result from Morgan Sharon. A rebound chance, draws iron behind Pelletier. He goes down, and they'll get a whistle away, and we'll get the dust up as expected on plays like that in front of the net. But Maryland fortunate to come out of that still tied after the Dragons drew iron.
Yeah, that puck was bouncing everywhere, too. A couple ricochets off the backboards, puck off the pipe. Big scramble there. Pelletier was bouncing back and forth, and fortunately the puck stays out of the net.
So we'll get the draw here to the left of Pelletier. It'll be between Chase Wilson and Zach Messerly. Maryland gets possession off of that face-off as it comes back out to the neutral zone. Here's Chase Wilson. Up the left wing boards. Flew one in, hit one of the Dragons up high. That could have been dangerous in front, but Bryant had his eye on it the whole way. Here come the Dragons again, breaking out past the neutral zone. A shot comes in, a little bit of an acrobatic attempt at a save there from Henry Pelletier. It looked like it was going wide, and it did. As it goes into the Drexel zone, they'll recover themselves with the captain, Tim Mikulik. Mikulik to the near side after a fortunate bounce. It ends up with Rosenbaum. He directs one near the skates of Pelletier, and he'll cover over the top for a stoppage.
This game's got some pace to it, huh? Late start. Maybe the boys like playing late. But it's a good game so far. Back and forth hockey, good pace. And again, we thank you for joining us. We know it's a late one, so appreciate the support.
We'll try and bring the energy for you to keep you awake. As it comes to the near side, Drexel won that offensive zone face-off. Warner able to get it clear. It's a foot race for Drake, just a second late. But the poke gets it right to Blake Warner. Warner, the big man, takes it to the corner, tries a back pass. McAvoy trying to chase it down, lines up a one-timer and a nice glove save made by Bryant. Man, he's got a howitzer of a shot.
I was just going to say, he's got that big shot. Almost like there's a Zdeno Chara coming in from the point. He's got that blistering shot.
He put every ounce of his being behind that shot, but Bryant keeps him out.
And he's scored doing that quite a few times this year. Remember, I believe it was against Stevenson on his birthday, he ripped that game winner home. He's done it a few times. So he could definitely score with that good shot of his. So it's good to see him keep doing that.
Puck is in the neutral zone. Liam Eden comes away with it at the near side boards, but Mikulik with a good job to put a stick in there to keep it away. Went back out to the neutral zone, and then Haight fires it back in. This one curled around the boards. Boston tries to come up with it. It looked good to see him back on the ice after he took that bad hit. Here's Haight at the right point. Haight waits. Goes to Liam Eden. Eden battling over at the right corner. Mikulik wins the puck, though. Here come the Dragons on a breakout. Doesn't go very far as a poke check takes it back for Maryland. Back pass was tipped, though, by Josh Finlayson. And then that combination of passes and turnovers leads Maryland to be offside, so we'll have a neutral zone draw.
Yeah, Boston was caught in the offensive zone. That happens. Couldn't get out in time. He haven't touched the puck, so we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone.
It is a neutral zone draw here, and it is won by Andrew DePoy, immediately taken by Airy, and he just rifles one off the netting.
That one goes into the stands.
Yeah, this is not full netting.
That was pretty dangerous.
Here at Class of 1923 arena. There's netting behind the nets. It's very similar to an NHL rink, but most rinks these days have netting all the way around the entirety of the ice. Not so here, so keep your head up, Matt.
Yeah, we'll have to look out for some flying objects tonight.
Puck ends up behind Pelletier. He holds it there. Goes over to Tomaszewski. Maryland on the breakout here with DePoy. He'll just rifle one in. A blocker save made by Bryant. Maryland still holding possession. Big hit on Steinberg. He wanted a penalty. Thought he was hit high, and I somewhat agree. Either way, though, Maryland will have to get back in the defensive zone. Airy chasing back for it. Plotkin ends up getting there first. He tried to pass it through triple coverage, and Maryland was able to intercept. They nearly lose it, but Tomaszewski gets it back for the Terps. Long pass up the right side. Patrick Beganowski into the offensive zone. Nothing doing there, though, for the Terps yet again as it's sent back towards center, and then Maryland will dump it back in, but only for the purposes of getting a change.
Yep, Maryland gets 4 skaters back on, and McNamara the only one. And he just came on, so he's also fresh.
Rister from Meserly just misses the far post, at least from his angle. 6 minutes left here in the first period, no score. We've had a couple of decent chances, but nothing has found the back of the net yet. It's held by Drexel at the Maryland blue line. Terps get it back, though, off a bad dump-in pass. Maryland on the breakout. Here's a wrist shot, and Muirhead scored. Andrew Muirhead. First goal since coming back from injury at Rowan. And Maryland has a 1-0 lead.
Andrew Muirhead on the breakaway. Gets the job done. And they just looked for that outlet pass. And they got Muirhead. And he was just on the break, and he fires that one home. Terps grab the 1-0 lead.
So we go back to center ice, deserved lead for the Terps. And it is Andrew Muirhead. Maryland getting production out of someone opposite the first line. Muirhead, a third liner, that's his 4th goal of the season. His best performance came against Stevenson, as a matter of fact. In the last game Maryland won, he picked up a pair of goals.
2 goals in that one. And we were just talking, Muirhead is a really good player.
And from what we heard from some of his teammates, he works on that shooting a lot. That's his main thing during the practice time that he gets, and that was a really nice finish off the inside of the post.
We'll get a delayed call here.
Yes, we will. It'll be a penalty. It is a tripping call. And we will go ahead and see who that is on.
And it will be Blake Warner.
I mean, this kid just has got buzzard's luck. He can't stay out of the box. That's another penalty for Warner. He was penalized yesterday for interference, and that time hit with a trip. He leads Maryland in penalty minutes. And it's an opportunity for Drexel to go on the power play. Tyler McAvoy just smacks one around the boards. Maryland with a breakout opportunity here. Is this something for Eden? Let's see, a one-timer. That one was redirected a little bit by Mikulik, and then it went into a position where it could be covered by Bryant.
Well, it's one of these things that the Terps struggle with, these penalties, specifically Warner. And you know he's young. He's only a freshman, so he's going to continue to learn. I mean, he's still got quite a few more years.
And again, they talk about Warner a lot. He got the physical gifts. He's just continuing to develop his hockey IQ as a player. And again, with that big frame, this kid's got some real potential to be a great player for Maryland.
Yeah, he really brings that size to the Terps team. And he's definitely the biggest guy on this team. He's not afraid to lay out those hits, but as you said, he's still developing and he's still growing and trying to stay out of the box, really.
This is the main thing. Maryland with just a quick clear. This one will go off of the right pad of Bryant. Bryant will play the puck out to the blue line. Muirhead just fires this back in just to burn as much time as possible. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the Warner minor. 4.5 left in the first period, and Maryland has a 1-0 lead. Here come the Dragons. Up the right side boards, Finlayson. Walled off the puck by McAvoy. Maryland tries to clear, doesn't get all the way out. Plotkin goes across for Mikulik. Mikulik in behind again for Finlayson. Josh Finlayson holding top of the right circle. He'll go over to Plotkin, who rifles one in. That was wide. Plettier nearly out of position for a rebound, but they could not be put on target there by Josh Sklar. And another setup here for the Dragons. Sklar shakes McAvoy. Trying to get a pass off, and that was a little bit of just an awkward bounce. That took off a Finlayson's stick. Maryland trying to cherry pick the other way for Beganowski, but the pass was off target. 30 seconds left on the kill for Maryland.
The net came off its moorings there. There was no whistle. Plettier was fixing it. There was no nothing going on. The referee goes over and fixes it. The play will continue.
Again, Maryland able to just get the puck at center ice and put it back into the zone.
This is a great penalty kill so far, may I add.
It's a little bit more difficult here for Maryland coming off of the penalty because the penalty box is on the near side and their bench is on the far side of the ice. So Warner will dig to get over to his bench and get a change on, so it's still like an extra time essentially, but Maryland does get Landon Nguyen on. They try and get him fresh off the bench, but they can't pick him out. And it goes to Michael Urbani, but Urbani gives it right back to the Terrapins, and Maryland will just dump one in with Bozin.
Yeah, that is an interesting setup. You see Weiner come out of the box, go straight to the bench, and they get Nguyen on the ice. Kind of like what you see in the NHL. The penalty box is on the other side. And obviously Drexel with the same. Their penalty box is next to the Maryland bench.
So it's very interesting here in that because most ACHA teams don't operate like that. Here's Drexel on a breakaway chance. They wanted a penalty for a slash, but it did not come from the official who was right there. That was Chris Lurie that was in there. At least he felt like he was in. 2:20 left here in the first period. Maryland off the boards. It gets to Landon Nguyen. Nguyen, shot from a tight angle, can't find the target. Over to the right point for Haiti. Backhands one in. It'll be taken by Plotkin, who tries to clear the zone. Plotkin over to Mike Connolly. Connolly couldn't get it all the way clear. Goes back in. Eden has a ton of space here behind the net. Tried to redirect one in front. It was in some danger, and then finds the stick of Muirhead. Attempted clear there by Morgan Sharon, and he will finally get it out for Drexel. They'll get a quick layoff, get some fresh legs off of the bench. Here is Piper Holman. It's in behind the net. Battle for it. Goes off the ref. Hits him near the belt as Maryland works that clear, and they are able to get it up past center ice. Muirhead just fires one in as Maryland will go for a change. 1:19 left here in the first period. Terps have a 1-0 lead courtesy of an Andrew Muirhead goal. Near side Sklar. A bit of a miscommunication as we have a big hit here against the benches. Ray McNamara goes over for Holman. Piper Holman, pass intercepted. Here come the Dragons again. A wrist shot comes in, a blocker save made by Pelletier. We're under a minute left here in the first. Dragons trying to get control of it near center ice. Piper Holman able to get the puck back for the Terps. Pass goes out to center and a big open ice hit. It was DePoy that hit the ice, and now the Dragons with a little bit of juice here late in the period. Genovese, and he passes one in. Mikulik and DePoy getting tied up at the blue line. 20 seconds left for Drexel here in this period. A chance right in front. They scored it. Zach Jones with the goal for Drexel. Got right to the welcome mat and could not miss.
Yeah, as you said, welcome, Matt. Puck got right to the front of the net, and he just buries it.
You knew it was a dangerous spot for Maryland, and now we have a 1-1 tie. You can see the excitement for Jones picking up the goal.
I believe he was one of the seniors that was honored before the game.
So with 19.2 seconds left, we have a new hockey game. Just a tough break for Maryland. Just could not quite get to the locker room with the lead. And now they'll have to go back to work here in an even hockey game. Eaton directs one in front, tried to get a rebound from Muirhead. One last chance here for McAvoy, a shot. And that one didn't get through all the way cleanly. And now we have a stoppage with 1.2 seconds left. It'll be a quick face-off there to the right of Bryant to end the period.
Have the goalie on the bench.
Yeah, so Maryland actually going to bring out an extra skater here, but it's not going to do him any favors after the face-off.
Time there.
And it looks like we got a little extra going on here as per usual. At the end of the period, a couple of guys getting tied up and a little extra now. Hey.
Saw a punch thrown there.
Yeah, a little bit of extra. That could be a problem there. We'll see how this one gets solved out, but for right now, we have a 1-1 game at the end of the first period, and we'll have an opportunity to kind of dissect what we've seen. You can see Coach Giramonti down there on the far side trying to just get the Terps back in the locker room. You don't want anything else to unfold here. You want to keep your full squad out there. You need everybody because Maryland is a little thin. They've talked about that, and now they go in. Everybody has seen it settle down. We have a 1-1 hockey game through 20 minutes of play, Matt. What's your biggest takeaway from that first period?
I think it's a good period overall for both teams. I think they're playing with a fast pace. It's back and forth hockey. As we've said, I think the transition game needs to improve. They're not getting those quick breaks, and especially against Drexel, they're going to have, as we saw this entire period, they're going to be in your face. They're going to be hounding you. I mean, we just saw it a few seconds ago. So I think that transition game, we got to play fast hockey. But I like the period overall. It's a 1-1 game, so you're really going into the next 40 minutes as a 0-0 hockey game.
They have a penalty up on the board on, looks like Meserly for a 2-minute minor. So Maryland looks like they're going to start the next period on the power play.
It didn't look like Meserly was the one that threw the punch, so I'll be interested to see why.
You can see Division II Drexel head coach Justin Levin trying to plead his case down there with the officials. He wanted at least an offsetting penalty, but in this case, it does not look like it's going to go that way. And we have a 1-1 game through 20 minutes of play. We'll be back here after the intermission for the start of the second on the Maryland Hockey Network. Welcome back, everybody, here inside of the Class of 1923 rink in the city of brotherly love. My name's Mark McClure. Matt Fusillo is here with me. We had a chance to talk with head man Joe Carter between the periods here. And he was really emphasizing trying to get out in transition and continuing to work the transition game, which has been really helpful for Maryland so far in this game. They've generated a lot of chances that way.
Yeah, you did with the transitions, and also with the benches, the period of long change is the second period generally, which is something the Terps have struggled with this season, he believes. But in this rink, the bench is more so centered towards center ice, so there really is no long change. Or you could say it's every period, depending the way you look at it. But either way, I think Coach Carter was somewhat satisfied with the period. Obviously, it's a stinger giving up that late goal.
We have the shots at 10-10 currently, which is pretty close to probably what it currently looks like. They have it at 10-9 on the scoreboard, but we're going to go ahead and trust ourselves. It's around 10-10, so pretty close so far. We have a tie game. This is a really even game so far. No quarter given, no quarter taken at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically starting over at 0, right? I mean, it's a pretty even game. It's a tie game. And you got 40 minutes left to play, start of a fresh period.
At this point, Maryland's going to get a 5-on-4 power play. Right before we left you, we talked about that penalty. There was that big dust up at the end of the period. Zach Meserly's in the box, 2 minutes for roughing. So Maryland gets an opportunity to start this period on the power play, and we're back underway here in Philadelphia. Quickly, Tomaszewski brings it and fires it in to the offensive end. Quick clear from Drexel. Maryland gets it back with Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy has to turn back towards his own bench, or towards the Drexel bench, actually. Gets it over to Tomaszewski, brought in by Eden. Eden in a tough spot, went across looking for Beganowski. Now it's McAvoy. McAvoy back across for Eden. He did a good job settling that puck. Wristed one in. That one goes off the mask of Bryant. And then a clear from Drexel. Interestingly enough here for Maryland, on this power play unit, they're going to go with Beganowski as opposed to Bozin, who's normally the first line mates in this game for Healy and Eden, but they like Beganowski a little bit more than Bozin on the power play. Maryland called for an icing there.
They also
brings it into their own end.
Defensemen quite often on the power play. Tomaszewski and McAvoy are out there now.
Minute 15 seconds left on the Meserly minor as the faceoff in the D zone goes to Maryland. They get it to McAvoy. He tried to clear. Goes right back to him, though. Now we'll go to the far side of the ice for Daniel Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski tried to throw on the brakes, but the puck did not stop and went through, and then another clear for the Drexel Dragons. McAvoy is pressured up top there by Mike Connolly. Got it over to Eden, back to McAvoy. Now for Healy. Healy directs it in for Eden to chase onto it at the left circle. Right on the edge. Goes back to the top. McAvoy, Tomaszewski, tried to find Beganowski. Went all the way through. Eden. Eden goes across for Tomaszewski. A shot comes in and the net comes off its moorings.
Yeah, he didn't really have a great angle on that. It was going to be tough with the angle of the pass as well, the way it was coming in. So he fired that one wide, and we get a whistle because the net is off its moorings, and face-off will be to the right of the goaltender in white.
Bryant was ready for the shot to come in there and ends up going to Steinberg late here on this power play for Maryland. They have the second unit in. DePoy hits the ice behind the net. Steinberg goes to the point for Airy. Airy, wrister in, tied up in front. DePoy tried to get a stick in there, but Bryant covers up. Now is a good time, we think, to kind of describe the battle it was to get here today to Philadelphia. The team originally expected to take a bus. Bus never showed up, so the Terrapins had to quickly pivot and all drive up here. But they managed to get here, and they have a 1-1 hockey game they're playing in here. As Bozin got that puck right off the face-off, couldn't get a shot off, though, and Airy brings it in. So definitely a battle here today. Terps thought they may start off sluggish, but they actually came out firing and ended up just losing that lead late in the period.
And, you know, we're playing Drexel for their senior night. If we were to skip out on that, I'm sure they would not come to our senior night as they play us next week.
Airy takes possession behind the Maryland net. Swings around. Jones picks him up. Can't get past Jones. He tried to, but ended up giving up the puck to Zach Plotkin. Maryland tries to get it back, goes out towards the blue line. A couple bodies go down, and it'll be picked up here by Jeff Student. Student curls one around looking for Jones, gets all the way through to Ray McNamara for Maryland. McNamara up the right side for Healy, but he's walled off the puck by Student again. Pass in towards the slot is intercepted by Plotkin. Maryland gets it at the neutral zone. They're on sides. Healy tries to get control. He can't get it done. The Dragons dump it in. Jones to chase after it. It's picked up in the corner by Ray McNamara. McNamara backhands it up towards Healy. He gets it over to Beganowski. Beganowski chasing after it. Morgan Sharon currently in control for Drexel after Maryland was cut out. They can't get it all the way out. Haight with a shot, and off the chest protector again of Bryant.
So we'll get a full change here as we get 10 new skaters on the ice. Got a good look with Ryan Haight there playing with Tyler McAvoy on that first pairing tonight.
Maryland will send the fourth line out there offensively, and they'll go with McAvoy and the seventh defenseman, Koo, for this group. Shot comes in. That was blocked from McAvoy. McAvoy gets it back, though. A good recovery. Goes over to Koo. Jetson's pass intercepted. Was backhanded in front, sticked away by Pelletier. There were no Dragons there anyway. There was no danger. They go up to Warner. He does a great job avoiding a hit. Warner still trying to get the control, but Drexel with the poke check, and they're able to get it clear. Can't get the breakout going, though.
Warner's a good skater. He can really skate. He avoids trouble there.
Pass forward, intercepted by Drake. It looked like it was, but now instead a 3-on-2 for the Dragons. Simon Rosenbaum has it poke checked away by Koo. Koo can't get control for the clear, though. Now it's loose in the slot. A dangerous spot, but Rosenbaum couldn't get enough lumber on it to get a shot in. Now a shot does come in. That was well wide. And Drexel keeping the pressure on here, but now finally Maryland will get control behind their own net with McAvoy. 4.5 minutes played here in the second period. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Pass goes up by the Maryland bench. Drexel gets it back, dumps it in to the Maryland zone. It comes to the stick of Trevor Drake. Drake backhanded it back out to the neutral zone. Drexel takes it again. The Dragons have to battle for the puck in the neutral zone. John Connolly was there for the Dragons. Now it goes up forward. Connolly chasing after this puck. It's held behind by Pelletier. Pelletier is sworn, but he does a good job staying composed and keeping it out of danger. Drexel still has the puck, though, as a wrister comes in, and that was wide from Caleb Eno. This one comes in. It is redirected wide. That was Caleb Erno, I'm sorry. Puck to the near side boards. It's an attempted clear by McAvoy. It was gloved down at the blue line by Stephen Basin.
Drake
and that keeps Drexel
on.
on.
Sorry, Mark, for cutting you off. Drake's been out there for a while. He's going to get to the bench. He tried a couple times, but Drexel just keeps it in the zone.
Now finally Maryland's able to get it clear. Drake can get off. And heavy pressure put on here by Maryland. They're able to get it clear up. Landon Nguyen was right on the back of one of the Dragons down there as he was trying to get the clear off. Now it goes behind Maryland's net. DePoy, long stretch pass directed in by Andrew Muirhead. Now a chase after for the Terps. DePoy trying to catch this puck. Dragons trying to clear, getting in their own way a little bit as one of the skaters lost their footing down there. That appeared to be Josh Sklar. Drexel does get it clear all the way down, and this will just be gloved by Henry Pelletier for a stoppage. 13:50 left in the second period. Not a lot of offensive chances so far in the first 6 minutes and change.
Yeah, for the Terps specifically, I would say. And Drexel's been having some pretty good possession. Again, it's somewhat of a continuation from the first period, but more of these opportunities for the Dragons.
Terrapins get the puck off of the face-off. They have a couple issues clearing it. Finally, Airy with a no-nonsense approach just fires it down there. It'll be taken by Student. Student gets it up near the neutral zone. It's immediately taken by Tomaszewski. Bieganowski dumps the puck in. It's chased after by Plotkin. Plotkin's checked against the boards by Steinberg. He's able to get it free, though, to Jones. Jones is checked by DePoy and Tomaszewski. Puck drops back for Plotkin. He wanted to dump it in, and he was able to do so as he gets it behind Pelletier. Airy goes to Steinberg. Steinberg across the ice for Bieganowski. Bieganowski with a dump into the far corner. Didn't really have many Terps to chase after it, though. 13 minutes left to play here in the second period. Now Airy will dump one in after Maryland tagged up. Taking Student. Student's curl pass was intercepted by Healy, but Healy checked off the puck, goes back towards Drexel, but Healy recovers. Healy goes to Bozen. Bozen lines up a one-timer that was going wide the whole way. Ray McNamara didn't get it off of his stick. Instead, it'll be a 2-on-2 for the Dragons. But there's a big collision there between the Nines. Big Piper Holman laying the hit. They call him the grandfather. He's an older guy on the team, and he does a good job with the hit there. There's Eden with a wrist shot and the save made by Bryant. We talked with Piper before the game, mostly because he drove us up here, and he talked about sometimes doesn't move as quickly as he used to. He's 23. Just transferred to Maryland this season, but he can still lay some good hits like he did right there.
Yeah, he's run into some issues with injuries over the last few years, but certainly very glad to have him on this team. He's got another year of eligibility after this, as he is a graduate student. So we're glad that he will be returning next year.
Shot in from Haight, another save made by Bryant. Draw goes to Haight. Dumped in. Maryland still trying to put pressure on. Warner couldn't get control, and it's taken away by Drexel. John Connolly with a pass forward. Could be a break here. Drexel got in their own way for a moment there. Here comes Rosenbaum. He was crashing the net. Drexel still with the puck. Out to the point. Sharon, one-timer save made by Pelletier, and it drifts out into no man's land, but it will be taken by Mikulik. Mikulik's pass towards the wing, intercepted by Warner. Warner was able to direct it into the Drexel zone. The Dragons get it there behind the net. They bring it all the way up, and this pass looked like it went into the benches. See where they decide this faceoff is going to be. Maryland wants it in the Drexel zone. They're not going to get that, though. They're going to get it in the neutral zone. It is Chase Wilson to take the draw. He looks across at Steve Basin. Draw goes to Maryland. They get possession. Now we're going to get a penalty here against Drexel. Cross-check signaled. So Maryland gets a second opportunity to go on the power play. This is another sticking point for Joe Carter's crew, trying to do a little bit more on the power play.
Yeah, you know, they don't really get it done in the power play enough. They gotta capitalize more often, to put it simply. But a great chance to take the lead here. They got off to the lead in the first period. Now they'll look to do it again in the second.
John Connolly goes to the box 2 minutes, as we mentioned, cross-checking the call. And right off the face-off, the puck goes back into the netting, so Maryland will have to try that one again.
I said earlier that the Drexel penalty box was next to the Maryland bench. I was actually wrong about that. I'm not sure if that's...
Yeah, it's almost like a design flaw almost. Both penalty boxes are here on the near side that you're looking at,
like
almost right where this face-off is going to be. So it almost favors Drexel because they can get back to the box quicker, unlike the NHL where they're both on the opposite side of the benches.
I was going to say a little home field advantage for Drexel. But definitely a unique setup here. very old rink.
Maryland trying to get it done here on a power play chance. Beganowski backhands one into the offensive zone. Tomaszewski chasing after. He's a really good offensive defenseman, Tomaszewski. Scored a couple of times this year. Had a beautiful backhander in that last game against Georgetown. Tomaszewski, that was beautiful passing. They nearly set up Healy at the near post for an easy finish, but he could not direct it netward.
That would have been a stellar tic-tac-toe goal. Just unfortunately fanning on the shot right at the doorstep.
It was Eden to Tomaszewski to Healy, but Healy couldn't do the finishing. Healy has it now. He'll go across. Tomaszewski, a wrist shot. Rebound chance for Eden. He had an open net, but it's wide. And the net comes off its moorings. What a tough break for the captain, Liam Eden. He had nothing but the open cage to shoot at. It was from a tight angle, but he could not finish.
He had a lot to shoot at, and he had time, too, so he did take his time, stopped the puck, made sure to collect it, and he fired. He just missed it.
Bryant was sprawling there. He was in all kinds of trouble. But unfortunately for Maryland, they're turned away. Minute and 1 second left here on the power play for Maryland. 10:21 left in the second period. Well, extra work here needed on the net, which came off its moorings after the shot, it looked like, from Eden. Face-off will be to the left of Bryant.
We're having some issues with that net all night. I think it's the third time it's come off its moorings, that one.
Healy wins the face-off, gets it right to Eden. Eden lays it back for Healy. Back to Eden. Eden in front, tried to get it to Beganowski, but a big stick in by Mike Urbani. And it's cleared down the other end.
Well, they're trying to get the puck into that slot area. And they're getting it through, but I get touched by Drexel, a fan on the shot, but they're getting it there.
Now Maryland brings it back in. Healy, a wrist shot save made by Bryant. It gets under the stick of Eden and goes back into the Maryland end as the kill continues to be successful here for Drexel. 25 seconds left on the power play. Maryland gets one more rush if they can take advantage of it. Tomaszewski gets it to Eden. Eden up towards the right dot, lays it back. Tomaszewski has shot, a big save made by Bryant. It's still not dead as one gets directed in by Healy, but again a save made by Bryant, and the clear, the last second clear there from Drexel keeps it alive. Pelletier comes out to play the puck, though. 5 seconds left. Maryland can at least get it into the offensive end with a man advantage. Here's Eden, left dot, drives in, loses the puck, gives it to Zach Plotkin. He'll clear one more time, but this will be icing. And no, it will not. It'll actually be on target. Went off the pad of Pelletier. So Muirhead brings it around, can't get it all the way out. Still alive. It's dumped in by Genovese. Maryland on the near side. It's flipped out towards center. Maryland battling for it back. Landon Nguyen went down there to try and get the puck back, but instead it goes to Urbani. Urbani tried to clear. He gave it away. Backhand chance by Wilson. Then a rebound doesn't go in, and now we'll have some plans made for after the game.
Well, the physicality is definitely there. We saw it the game before us with the Drexel D1 team, now the D2 team. And Terps have some grit too, so I guess that could have been expected going into this one.
And after that, we will have a little bit of a break here. We're back to 5-on-5. Maryland turned away on that power play. And the faceoff will be to the, looks like the right of Bryant.
You can see the fourth line getting some work out there.
The draw comes to Drexel with possession of the puck. It is Mikulik. Mikulik couldn't get it clear. Trevor Drake with it. Drake, he's knocked down. He got it towards the slot. The Warner couldn't get the shot off, and he lost his footing. The other way here for Drexel. Mikulik leading the charge. It was a good check off the puck, though, by Ray McNamara. Here's Lurie. Lurie dropped it back. Wrist shot in from Meserly, and that one high into the netting. 7:59 left in the second period. 1-1 between Maryland and Drexel, and this faceoff will be to the right of Pelletier. Drexel had it for a moment. Airy tries to get it back. Tried to curl it around to get it clear. Couldn't get it all the way to Bieganowski. That was a mistake there from Tomaszewski that nearly resulted in trouble as Drexel almost had it there at the right dot. Instead, Drexel has to recover themselves. Plotkin at the right point. Plotkin drifts towards the Maryland net. He gets up behind, looking for an avenue to pass. He directs it in front. It gets all the way through. And again, now it's taken behind by Basin. Basin gave it off for a shot and a save made by Pelletier. He denied John Connolly in front. Drexel again a chance in front. That one went right over the shoulder of Pelletier, but it was wide from Basin. 7 minutes, 5 seconds left in the period. Airy tried to poke it towards the blue line. Still alive here for the Dragons. DePoy did a good job walling off the passing lane down there. Rosenbaum picks it up. Avoids the ref. Gets it to Plotkin, but that was a little bit of a bad exchange there. Maryland can't get it cleared again. Plotkin gets it towards the corner. Tomaszewski gets control of the puck, and Maryland will get a much-needed clear. Up the right wing boards, this is Steinberg. Steinberg swings it around. He'll take on Drexel all on his own. He hits Sklar against the boards. Maryland has possession. Out to McAvoy. McAvoy cross for Jetson Koo. Koo sent one net front, but Bozin couldn't get a backhand on it. Here's Healy. Healy in front for Steinberg, and a good save made by Bryant. It wasn't hit cleanly. The other way, this is Jeff Quinn. Quinn backs one up. He goes down, trying to get control. This is Eden. He goes across, getting it to Bozin. Bozin tried to send one to the corner. It was gloved down by Mikulik, and Mikulik clears it. McAvoy off the boards in front of the Maryland bench. End up going right to a Dragon, though, and Drexel sends it into the offensive zone. Jetson Koo got it, though. He tried to clear. It was deflected down. Now here's Healy on a breakout for Maryland. Tucker, Healy, slot, shot wide. Goes to Eden. Eden back pass towards Bozin. Bozin's dropped to the ice. Healy out on the back post, wanted it. Here's Healy with it, tried to go back for Bozin again, and Bozin just can't stay off the ice. Hit a couple of times trying to throw weight around in the slot. Drexel the other way. It's Sharon, swings behind the net, backhanded in front, looking for Jones, couldn't find him. Bozin still powering on, gets it to Liam Eden. Eden down the right wing, tried to cut it in. Lost control of the puck as Urbani got a stick in there. Shot comes in from a tight angle, save made by Bryant. Kicks back around here for Holman. He lines up a wrist shot. That one was just wide. Eden wrists one in. That was blocked, though. It goes out near where a broken stick is. Comes back clear. Holman chasing down after this puck with Jones. It gets past Holman, but a good job there by Chase Wilson to hold it in, but eventually it does trickle its way out to the neutral zone. 4:30 left in the second period. And Maryland looking for, again, that transition play. Couldn't find the recipient of that pass. It went off the pad, though, of Bryant, so no icing call. Dragons control it in their own zone. Here's Plotkin in a 2-on-2. Back check from Landon Nguyen forces him out towards the right corner.
Get a penalty here.
Yes, we have one up against Maryland coming up, so Bryant to the bench, and the skater is on, but that one not quite quick enough. Maryland got possession, and we'll get the penalty call here against the Terrapins. Another long stretch of play there.
Very long stretch of play. Saw that in the first period, too.
So they're going to get Piper Holman for interference. He doesn't like the call. Having a conversation with the official down there, but Holman will have to go to the box for two. Draw is won by Drexel. Plotkin gave it up and gets it back. High slot. Plotkin a shot. Pelletier off the chest protector has the save.
Big penalty kill here. Really don't want to give them a lead. I know that's the obvious, but playing good hockey on both sides. Be ashamed to give up a goal on the man advantage here.
Face-off won by Maryland. Tomaszewski tries to get it clear. It's held in by Mikulik. Mikulik right point. One-timer goes wide off the backboards. It'll be picked up by Connolly. Connolly to Plotkin. Back to Connolly at the left circle. It drifts over for Connolly again. Plotkin. Mikulik up the right circle. His wrist shot was blocked, though, by Daniel Tomaszewski. Plotkin will try again. Good walling off there of the near post by Henry Pelletier. Goes out to the point. Plotkin. Moves it up. Plotkin has it again. Wrist shot in. That one may have seen a redirection there from Mike Connolly, but ended up going a little bit wide, and Maryland gets the clear, and they can get fresh killers on.
We'll see this second unit come out. Healy applying the pressure up top. You got Muirhead and Height and McAvoy in the back.
This is Plotkin from a tight angle. The shot, a rebound chance. And again, Pelletier with a couple of saves. He's been busy on this kill. Still has 40 seconds left. Urbani got it off for Rosenbaum. He's into the corner. Hits Height against the boards. A couple of bodies go down, including McAvoy and Josh Finlayson. Drexel still holding, trying to get the shape back together. Here is Urbani, a wrist shot. This one tipped up, wasn't saved clean, but no one could clean it up in the slot, and it'll just be rifled down by Andrew Muirhead. 10 seconds left on the kill. Maryland close, but again, as we talked about, Holman will have to go straight to the bench or he'll have to stay on the ice. And Maryland already with 2 D-men on. 3 seconds left on that interference call. McAvoy hits Sklar against the boards. Holman's headed for the bench. Still alive here for Drexel. Maryland quickly gets Steinberg on, and now we are officially what you can call a 5-on-5 even strength hockey with 1:45 left in the second period. Still a 1-1 hockey game.
Pelletier stood his ground during that man advantage as well. He made 5 or 6 saves there.
This is backhanded, clear towards the neutral zone. It'll be picked up here by Barrett Genovese. Genovese couldn't get it clear. He'll try again. Still can't get it all the way out. Now Maryland has the puck. Beganowski, a weak shot, goes wide. And now they will get the clear out to center Drexel. McNamara with a spin around pass to DePoy. DePoy pokes it free. Couldn't get full control, though, and he lost it to Eric Eisler. There he got it back for Maryland. Backhanded up towards DePoy. Pops one up over the top of the boards. Under a minute left to play here in the second period. Will there be a change of fortunes for either side? Bad pass intercepted. Here's Healy. Healy, great passing to Beganowski, and they scored it. A work of art from the Terrapins. A great pass from Liam Eden and an even better finish from Patrick Beganowski. That's his 7th of the season, and the Terps take a 2-1 lead.
There's a tic-tac goal for you. Passing exquisite on that play, and Beganowski pots it home. Terps grab the lead.
How about that? We've seen a lot of action late in periods in this game. Now 2 goals scored in the last minute. One from Drexel in the first, and then here in the second, it's Maryland that gets the momentum swing. They won another one. Here's Liam Eden up the right wing boards. A wrist shot goes in, and Bryant pins it against the post.
That's going to feel really good. Another last-minute goal for the Terps.
We talked again with Joe Carter at the end of that first period, and he said just how much he hates giving up those last-minute goals. This time he gets one, and he'll get definitely some more energy going into the locker room.
Yeah, Drexel getting that last-minute goal in the first period. Now it's Maryland's turn.
Drexel still dangerous, though. Not through the period quite yet. Here's John Connolly. Connolly went across the slot trying to pick out Mikulik. A correction there, he was trying to pick out Basin. This is Basin with the puck now. 15 seconds left in the period. Healy gets it around for Airy. Back over to Liam Eden. Maryland, last moment breakout here in the period. It's Healy. Healy back in and 1 in front, only 2 seconds left to get a shot off, but he can't do it. And that'll take us to the end of the second period. The Terps with a 2-1 lead over the Drexel Dragons, and what a momentum swing there for this Maryland side. Just that pushing that we've talked about throughout these games. They managed to get the job done there and take the lead here going into the third.
You know, we talked going into this one about their inability, or their troubles, I should say, with stringing together a 60-minute game. So far, they got a good 40 minutes. They go to the locker room with the lead. So 20 minutes to go, they'll be up by 1 goal. We'll see how they will fare in the third. But so far, so good here at the Class of 1923 Arena.
Goal there from Patrick Beganowski at the end of that period. We see, I mean, he's an energy guy as per usual, known for his celebrations. And that could be the big one for Maryland that we've talked about. We've talked about sometimes there's been some difficulty getting through the second period, but now they have the lead in just such a pivotal moment here in a conference game.
And so far, both goals, Beganowski and Muirhead, guys that are not in the first line. So you're getting contributions from these middle 6 players. And now, granted, both these guys have played on the first line for quite a while. But still, the point is they're getting goals from different lines, not just that first unit. And that's really refreshing to see, I'm sure.
So we'll take a break here on the Maryland Hockey Network. It is 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. We'll be back for the start of the third after the intermission. Welcome back, everybody, here inside of the Class of 1923 arena. Mark McClure and Matt Fusillo here with you. We are down to the start of the third period in what is a 2-1 Maryland lead, contrary to what you're seeing there. Now there it is, a 2-1 Maryland lead. And the Terps just trying to keep the pressure on and finish the job is the biggest thing. That's been the mantra for Joe Carter here in these third periods. Just try and finish the game. They got to get through these last 20 minutes to pick up their first conference win in over 3 months.
They're playing good hockey as well. I mean, they just had a game last night, so back-to-back. I thought they'd be a little bit tired, especially with the late start tonight. But, I mean, they haven't shown signs of that at all. They're playing some really good hockey as you see them huddle now along the bench, getting ready for another 20 minutes. They've got the lead. It'd be nice to see some insurance goals. But I'm sure whatever it takes to get the win is what they're going to do.
And we want to say a special thank you to you for staying up with us here tonight on the Maryland Hockey Network. So, time for third period hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh 20 on the clock, 2-1 Maryland. And the face-off goes to the Terrapins. They end up losing it quickly off of that face-off, though. Ends up going over to Drexel. They have a chance quickly on a break there. Shot goes just high from Basin. Into it quickly. Maryland a little sluggish out of the locker room. A couple of chances in front. How about that save from Pelletier on Basin?
Pelletier getting tested a little bit early here in the third. He stood his ground tonight, only allowing 1 goal. And we have 19 shots, but either way.
And that's about right. It looks like 19-19. Face-off goes to Maryland in the D zone. Out for a one-timer, and that's just catching practice for Henry Pelletier off of that venomous shot from Morgan Sharon.
Looking like a baseball catcher there, catching the fastball. Easy save there from Pels.
Liam Eden gets the puck here from the right wing, trying to get it clear. Liam Eden pats the puck to himself. Here's Healy. Healy into a tough spot. Got it to Liam Eden, but he could not get the shot off cleanly. To the right dot. This is Bozen. Bozen plays it back for Liam Eden. He tried a backhanded pass to Healy. Couldn't get it all the way there. Haight gets the puck. Healy back to Haight at the left point. Here's a wrist shot in. Couldn't get the deflection. Here's McAvoy that keeps it alive. McAvoy over to Liam Eden. Liam Eden almost checks the ref. And then the puck goes clear off of the ref's skate. Actually keeps it alive for Maryland. It may actually hurt him now as it's got a 2-on-2 for Drexel. Wrist shot comes in. That's wide from Rosenbaum. And then that one's flipped in to the benches. I flinched, and I'm going to admit it openly because I just totally forgot that there was no netting here, even though that was at least 15 feet away from me.
Puck actually hit a fan there in the stands, but luckily she's okay. I think she didn't even see it coming, but a little souvenir from ACHA hockey.
Face off to the right of Pels here. Maryland will keep the first line out there. And Maryland ends up winning the faceoff. Jones got it back, though, right behind the net from right in front. Drexel could not find the target. Genovese was right on the doorstep. That's a terrible miss. So the score remains 2-1. We played just over a minute and a half here in the third period. Pass goes out in front. Pelletier nearly had that lost behind his pads. They couldn't get to Jones cleanly. Drexel coming out looking really lively here in the third period. Here's Jones. Jones looking, plays it off behind Pelletier. And it flips high off the stick of Jeff Student at the blue line, but Drexel retains possession at the neutral zone. Bozen gets it back, fires it into the Drexel zone. Dragons recover it. Student. A little bit of a bad communication there with Plotkin. Couldn't get that exchange off cleanly. Now they get it past the neutral zone. Here's Jones. Zach Jones drifting in, pass across. There was nobody on the other side, though, for Drexel, and Maryland recovers with Airy. Clear here from Tomaszewski. It's actually more of a long stretch pass to Bieganowski, but Bieganowski took him a couple seconds there to settle the puck, and that just leads to dumping it in. Mikulik curls it around the boards for Drexel. Maryland holds it in. Steinberg plays it back around. Urbani gets it for Drexel. Goes to Mikulik. Mikulik does a great job avoiding a hit from Steinberg. Looked like he stumbled a little bit, though. Plays it back for Urbani. Urbani goes up to Ben Shelley. And it's a dump in here. Quickly, Tomaszewski recovers the puck at his own end. He turns away from a defender. Tomaszewski again thinking long pass. Gets through. Bieganowski gets it behind the net. Sends it out towards who he thought was going to be at the point. He was looking for Airy. Didn't get there in time. Landon Nguyen puts it in behind Bryant. Drexel the first one's there. They'll clear it. Shelley flips one out near center. Played up the right wing boards again. Maryland just dropping it in there. They want an icing call. Drexel does, and they will get it here with 16:26 left in the third period.
Well, we got a good one for you tonight. Shots are even. It's been fast-paced, back and forth. Haven't really been too many whistles tonight, particularly in the first and the third so far. So we thank you for joining us. This very late one. It's well after midnight at this point.
Here's a Saturday game that's become a Sunday. Goes out to the left side point. Wrist shot comes in, went wide. Play is still alive. Goes out to the high point. Shot goes off of Pelletier's shoulder. And Airy gets the clear up to Landon Nguyen. Nguyen trying to just keep it alive. Plays it off the glass. Trying to get it over to the other side for Muirhead. He was not the first there as Plotkin got it. Plotkin gives it off to Jeff Quinn. Correction there, that was Stephen Basin. Drexel still has it though. Basin jockeying with the big Piper Holman for the puck. Now this is Blake Warner with it. Warner flips it. Trying to get it over to, looked like that was Muirhead. Went off of Muirhead's stick, and a whistle here actually did not go off of Muirhead's stick. And that's going to be icing against Maryland. Muirhead could have sworn it went off of his stick, but referee did not agree.
Couldn't really hear the whistle either.
15:32 left here, third period, 2-1. Maryland with the lead. Draw goes to Maryland. Piper Holman chases it down. Holman can't get it clear. He was able to get it over to Daniel Tomaszewski, though. Tomaszewski has a poke check off of his stick by Quinn. Tomaszewski tries to chase this one down. It gets over to Simon Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum gets it over to Sklar. Nearly cleared, but it was a good hold in there at the blue line by Mikulik. A really good effort from the captain. Near side boards, Warner pokes this one up towards center ice. Muirhead couldn't glove it down as it gets into the Drexel zone. Warner plays it around the boards. McMenamin battling for it behind the net there with Urbani. Sklar with it now. He goes off the glass trying to get it out. Warner holds it in for a moment. Now Drake throwing his body in there as well, but it goes out to the far side boards, and Drexel is able to take it there. Here's Rosenbaum. Left dot. Plays it across. It was poked forward by Sklar, but not netward. And then it drifts out here towards the neutral zone. McMenamin nearly got a stick on it and could have created a break, but instead it goes back to Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski got it past the blue line. Here's Drake, a rebound chance just wide. As it came off the boards, Drake still trying to open up that Maryland goal scoring account. Jones with it. The Dragons are offside. They have to tag up so Maryland can get all five going forward here. Tomaszewski gets it to Drake. Drake to Healy. Healy high slot. He wanted to get it off for Haight, but they were not on the same page. Drake's offside there, so that hurts Maryland, and he has to go to the bench. 13 and a half minutes left to play here in the final period. Maryland with it in the offensive zone. Shot comes across. Goes off the boards, and now careens off the glass into the Maryland zone. McAvoy has to come chase it down. His pass is off target, goes off the boards, and this will be icing. 2-1 game. Maryland got the lead from a Patrick Beakonowski goal late in the second period. They've held on ever since. Here is Airy off the face-off. Gets it to McAvoy. McAvoy to Eden. Eden plays it in along the boards from the left wing side. Bryant holds it behind the net, waits for Urbani to get there. Urbani's outlet pass was off target. It went to Maryland, but back in the neutral zone, they have to fire it back in and tag up. Here's Mikulik. Mikulik doing a good job trying to fool Healy out. Healy took up space, but that was all he needed to do. Mikulik still holding the puck in the corner. Finally gets it off. Looking to get it clear. That was Chris Lurie. Sent it down to the other end. And Maryland recovers and has to reset. Airy plays it for Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy push pass forward to Liam Eden. Eden with a creative play across the boards to get into open space. Couldn't get a shot off, though, as he was walled off. Puck still ends up near Bryan. He has to pad it behind the net. There's a tie-up down there. A penalty is coming up. Not sure who it's against. As it looked like Beakonowski got hit by Mikulik, and both went down. We'll see the call. Holding is the call, and it's going to be against Mikulik. This is a big spot here for Maryland. They're 0 for 2 on the power play, but this could give them much-needed insurance.
Yeah, 12:20 left in the third. An insurance goal is exactly what they're looking for. 3-1 would put them in a much better position. You can see Wilson on the face-off here.
Wilson could not get that face-off win cleanly, and a quick clear by Drexel. Airy has to retreat into his own zone. A bad pass, though, could hurt him. Couldn't get a shot off here. Sklar from the right circle, and he couldn't get it clean off the stick. So Maryland the other way. Wilson was not ready for that pass as it came off the boards into the Drexel zone. Caleb Erno clears it again for Drexel. Play came out to play the puck. Gets it up to DePoy. DePoy a good backhand pass out to Bozin. Bozin top of the circle. Was looking back for DePoy. Bozin gets it back. Wrist shot goes high and wide. Loose ends up at the near post. Maryland can't punch it in. Still loose there for Bozin. And he is fought off the puck there by Connolly. It's still alive, and then Connolly gets it clear. That was a Connolly combination. John did one part, Mike did the other.
Got to give credit to Bozin there, though. He would not get rid of that puck. Good dedication from him.
Eden dumps it in. He goes down, trying on that dump in, and then Maryland loses control again. This has not been a clean power play for the Terrapins. Not much to speak of for the first minute, 20 seconds. Not how you start, it's how you finish, though, for Maryland. They still have an opportunity to finish. Eden got lined up there and nailed in his own zone as he was looking for a pass. Right in front of the Maryland bench, the two teams jockey for it. Tomaszewski comes up with it. Maryland with one more chance to go forward here in what's been a discombobulated power play, and it remains that way as they get it right back with Zach Meserly taking it away, but it looked like there may have been an offside call.
Well, I would say Drexel is definitely outlasting Maryland in the hits department tonight. Terps have stayed pretty quiet with the hits, and Drexel has brought their physicality all night long.
And they've kept that physicality up here as the puck goes behind the Drexel net. Maryland's kind of fading a little bit. They got to hang on with that one-goal lead. Daniel Tomaszewski, as the penalty gets ready to expire, he sent one in on net. Healy tried to get a deflection, didn't get it, and the save came from Bryant. Back out to the point, but it gets past the stick of Tyler McAvoy. He gets it over to Tomaszewski as the Terps will restart here from the back. Tomaszewski with the puck now. Goes across for Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy long strides forward into the offensive zone. Tried to dangle through traffic. Had it taken away, but Andrew Muirhead comes up back with it. He got lined up by Urbani and goes down to the ice. Comes to the near side boards. Haight is down there, as is Beakonowski. They can't get it all the way loose. And going the other way, here comes Drexel. Wrist shot in, and glove work nice there from Henry Pelletier. Barrett Genovese with the shot in, but Pelletier with a better save. A little bit of swagger there from Pelletier with that little swipe save.
I was thinking of a word to say. Makes a little nonchalant glove save there. Love when the goalies do that.
As we'll get a hand pass call here against Maryland, so that's one staying in the defensive zone for the Terps. But Pelletier has pitched a very nice game. By our count, he has saved 20 of 21 shots.
Yeah, he's looked really sharp tonight. His first start in well over a month, so good to see him getting right back where he left off.
Mikulik has the puck here in the corner. 9:20 left to play in the third period. 2-1 Maryland. Comes to the near side, and here is a 2-on-2 rush for Drexel. It's just rifled in by Ben Shelley. Picked up by Meserly. Meserly at the right dot. Fires a shot in that gets blocked by Ryan Haight. Here's a little bit of a 2-on-1 the other way, but Maryland can't chase it down. Landon Wynn was down there, but Mikulik gets there first. A backhanded pass goes off the skates of Lurie. Drexel's clear attempt. His glove down by Haight. Maryland still keeps it alive, but a pass goes behind McMenamin that could have generated something. And the breakout pass for Drexel's off target. No icing called here, though, but that does kill that attack there as Lurie has to go to the bench. Warner in the offensive zone, taking on the Dragons all by himself. He's got a big body. A great pass by Warner, but the shot was a little bit wobbly from Beganowski, and an easy save in the end for Bryan on what looked like a more dangerous chance than it turned out to be.
Well, you're going to want to keep the puck in the offensive zone as much as possible. Limit the Drexel opportunities. Every once in a while, Drexel will have a nice break and they'll get a good chance. So we want to try and limit that, put this game to bed as soon as possible. Face off in the offensive zone for Maryland, that always helps.
8:24 to go in regulation of this game. Maryland clinging to a 2-1 lead. McAvoy gets it off the draw. Fires one in near DePoy, and it comes out to an open net area for Beganowski, but by the time Beganowski got the puck, the net was no longer open. Beganowski tried to get it back there at center ice. It flipped off his stick awkwardly. Now Maryland defensive crew has it. Jetson Koo gets it up to Steinberg. Sends it behind the net. Beganowski to chase after it. Comes back to Steinberg. He's pinned against the boards. Out to the point. Koo holds it in. Steinberg and Beganowski both let it get under their sticks. And Drexel with an opportunity to go forward here. Here's John Connolly. Connolly lost control of it. McAvoy tried to clear it. Went off a Drexel skate at the blue line. Here's Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum hit by McAvoy. Still has the puck, though. Now will absorb a hit from DePoy. Sklar trying to get it. And the shot that came in is covered by Pelletier with 7.5 to go.
Top unit comes back out for the Terps in their defensive zone draw.
Face-off is won by Maryland. Piper Holman curls it around the boards. Eden tries to get it clear. It's held in by Urbani. Urbani rifles it back in. Ray McNamara picks it up. And Ray will skate it up the ice. He goes to Eden on the right wing. That was a good pass. Here's Liam Eden in a threatening spot. Wrist shot saved. Rebound chance for Healy, and it was not good contact. But again, you see Liam Eden generating things out there. When everyone gets tired, he gets stronger. And another good play down the right wing.
Yeah, big, strong, fast, takes up space.
You know what we call him around here? You like to call him Nathan McKinnon. Very similar style of play.
Absolutely.
Healy on the face-off. He cannot win this one, though, as Drexel gets possession of the puck. Barrett Genovese lays it off for a one-timer. Save made by Pelletier on Finlayson. Puck is flipped out to the neutral zone. Maryland was looking for Eden ahead of the pack. And a whistle. And a penalty. Maryland with another chance to almost put this game away. They're going to get Josh Finlayson for interference. They're 0 for 3 on the power play, but this would be a great time to pick up the first one of the night. .6:42 left in the third period. Maryland with another chance here on the power play. Maryland wins the draw. They get it to Airy. Airy to Steinberg. Steinberg goes behind the net with it. Now it's Bozen. Bozen back to Airy at the high slot. A wrist shot in. Save made off the glove. Wilson tries to poke it in. It's loose up high in the air near the slot. Maryland trying to get control of it again as it drifts out towards the point. Bozen goes to Wilson. In the corner, back to Bozen again. Here's Airy in some space. Wrist shot in, and that one whizzes wide. This is DePoy. DePoy across the ice for Steinberg. He lines up a shot, and that one goes off the glass. Good stretch here for Maryland. Looks much more organized than their last power play. Bozen has it again. Bozen driving in. Here's a shot and a glove save by Bryant.
That's something you like to see. I mean, keeping possession on that power play, cycling the puck around. Didn't really get too many shots, but at least they're keeping it in. Normally, the opposition has done a good job of locating that puck and clearing, but not that time.
Faceoff will be to the left of Bryant, and it'll be Healy out there to take it for Maryland. He'll go up against Mike Connolly.
Top units back out there.
See if they can generate the goal Maryland's looking for. Beganowski absorbs a hit. He got it off to Tomaszewski, though. Tomaszewski risks one in off the boards. Maryland trying to recover the puck. Backhanded near the goal by Beganowski. Couldn't find Healy. And then for the first time on this kill, the Dragons were able to get it back to center. At the near side, it's Tomaszewski. Sends one around the boards, looking for it. Beganowski, he finds him. Back to Healy, back to Beganowski across, looking for Liam Eden, but it did not get there. Healy's still with it, though. Healy drives in towards the net. It's loose in the slot. Beganowski can't get a stick on it. Drexel still looking for a clear. 25 seconds left on the power play. Tomaszewski sends one towards the net, and that one was gloved down and cleared again by Drexel. They'll get fresh killers on. 10 seconds left on the power play. Looks like Maryland may be turned away yet again. Bad giveaway here. A chance in front. That was blocked. Meserly was right in front, but Maryland, a really nice recovery. This one wristed in from distance by Finlayson, straight out of the box. Save made by Pelletier. Maryland still in some trouble. This one deflected. It'll be taken behind the net by Basin, and the net comes off its moorings. And the Drexel crowd not happy about that, thinking that was intentional from Pelletier.
Tough to tell. The referee's at the scorer's table.
They're going to talk about it, this one. It's one of those tough situations. And Maryland might get hit with a minor penalty
here.
Looks
like they're going to, based off the body language of the coaches on the bench.
So it's going to be a delay of game penalty against Henry Pelletier for intentionally dislodging the net. Still sorting this one out. Maryland's yet to send someone to the box. Now they'll do it. It'll be Muirhead to the box for delay of game. But he's serving it for Pelletier. That's a tough break for Maryland. Just can't do things like that. And again, you don't want to judge whether Pelletier did do it on purpose. But Maryland's going to get a change here. And again, the fans upset about that. Now we'll see this as the officials look at it again.
Generally, the home team gets the last change, so
Pelletier goes to the box, quote unquote. Muirhead serving it for him. Pelletier hit with delay of game for an intentional dislodgement of the net. So this is the biggest opportunity Drexel's going to get here, possibly to tie this hockey game. And will need to hold strong. This is taken in by Basin. Haight hits Basin against the boards. Airy with it, couldn't get it cleared cleanly. Maryland didn't know where the puck was. Oh my goodness, what a save by Pelletier. A last minute stick out to save that puck. And he keeps it out. Maryland still doesn't know where the puck is, and now it comes loose. Oh my goodness, what a save by Henry Pelletier.
That's as good of a save as you're going to see. He got that with the stick.
Play stays alive though for Drexel, and Liam Eden clears. You can see Muirhead and everybody on the Maryland bench really getting in to this game. Now we have 3.5 to play after an unbelievable save by Henry Pelletier to keep his team's lead intact. That's how you make up for taking a penalty.
I mean, that was robbery.
This one's flipped up high in the air near the right dot. A big hit laid down by Steinberg. Maryland tries to get it clear, and then that hit is responded to, though, by Josh Finlayson as he hit Tomaszewski hard. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. 2-1 Maryland. Can they hang on here in Philadelphia? Rosenbaum plays one that goes off of the skate of Healy. This is Sklar. Sklar played one off the outside of the net. Finlayson out to the point for Genovese. Genovese's pass intercepted by Tyler McAvoy. And McAvoy will just play one in. It goes off the glove there of Bryant. 4 seconds left on the minor penalty. And now Muirhead is back on the ice. He'll wait for the puck to get clear as it goes into the Drexel zone. Liam Eden chases after it. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Can the Terps hold on? And it just goes out to the front of the net, and it'll be dove on by Bryant for a stoppage.
Go back to that Pelletier save. I mean, that was incredible. We're going to have to look at that.
It's just almost a desperation play by Pelletier. Just got the stick out there and managed to keep it out. What an unbelievable play, and it'll mean an awful lot if Maryland goes on to win this hockey game.
Yeah, and you could tell how good of a save that was just by listening to the bench after that.
And even just you see everybody, even in the penalty box, Andrew Muirhead, after that clear, big round of applause for the man in net. Maryland with the puck now. They're still looking for a dagger. Bozin was in front, but it was a good cover by Bryant. We have shots at 25 aside. 24 saves for Pelletier, 23 for Bryant. It's been the definition, really, of an even hockey game. There's two really well-matched sides. Exactly 120 ticks of the clock left. Here comes Maryland off the one face-off. Haight wrists one in. Save made there by Bryant. Puck is cleared out. The breakout, though, didn't go Drexel's way. Airy nearly lost the puck, gets it back, clears it out towards center. You can see this Drexel team getting a little bit more aggressive as we'll have an icing call here against the Dragons. We're going to keep our eye on the Drexel cage. We expect the possible pulling of the goalie at any moment.
That's a fortuitous icing call for the Terps. Get that offensive zone face-off. You want to keep it away from Pelletier as much as possible. And we're going to get a timeout, it looks like.
This is going to be a Maryland timeout. We have a minute 34 seconds to go. 2-1, Maryland has the edge. Maryland killed off that big delay of game penalty by Pelletier, powered by his massive save. I mean, that's how you make up for it. If you take a penalty, you got to make a great play on the kill, right? And now the Terps are about 94 seconds away, exactly 94 seconds away from picking up a big-time win. I think it would be a big confidence builder for this team heading into the last 3 weeks of the season.
I mean, this would be a huge win. The third to last regular season game of the year. So really one more weekend after this. In the regular season, that is. But regardless, looking to get back in the win column for the first time since the holiday break.
Go ahead and give you the breakdown of the scoring in this game. Andrew Muirhead gave the Terps the lead about 14 and a half minutes into the first period. That was responded to by Zach Jones of Drexel with only 24 ticks left in the first period. We went in tied at 1, and then late in the second, Patrick Beganowski net one to give Maryland a 2-1 lead they currently hold. We have had no scoring here in the third period. And both teams have broken the huddle, and we're ready for the last 94 seconds of this game. Again, keeping an eye on Drexel's net when they will pull the goaltender and try and get the tying goal. Face-off will be to the right of Bryant. The face-off is won by Drexel. The Dragons clear it out towards center ice. Bryant takes a look at the bench. They don't motion for him yet. Pass towards Sklar. The net is officially empty for Drexel. A chance for Maryland to put it away, and they do. They scored it. Patrick Beganowski, dagger. With a minute and 14 seconds left in the third period, right as Drexel pulled the goalie, Maryland got a turnover, and they put it away with a goal from Biggs.
Well, that should seal it. He's having a great game in this second line role. Coach Carter shifted the lines, and he got 2 goals from Beganowski.
And 3-1 Maryland still with a good spot. Drexel still has a chance in this game. We still have 67 ticks. They'll immediately send Bryant to the net, to the bench again, I'm sorry. So it's still an empty net. Maryland still has some work to do. Wrist shot comes in there from Genovese. It's off the pad of Henry Pelletier. 50 seconds left to go. McAvoy has it tied up, just trying to burn as much time as possible. Here's Liam Eden the other way. Liam Eden trying to put one more, and now Beganowski might be on a hat trick, and he scored it! It's a hat trick for Patrick Beganowski. 2 empty net goals. Maryland leads at 4-1, and they put an exclamation point on this hockey game.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. A hat trick with 2 of them coming in the empty net.
It was a really unselfish play by Liam Eden to find Beganowski, and he's done well shooting from near center ice. He scored 2. He's got 9 goals on the season. Those 2 empty netters were his 8th and 9th, respectively. They'll leave Bryant in the net here with under 30 seconds left to play in the final period. It's Airy over across the boards. Couldn't get it cleared out all the way. Chance there for Drexel at the post. Another really nice save by Pelletier as he denied John Connolly. 15 seconds to go. Out to the right point. Nothing doing there, though, as the puck drifts back out to center. Jeff Student had it. Pass goes forward into the Maryland zone, but this game is done. The Maryland Terrapins go into Philadelphia and beat the Drexel Dragons. Final score 4-1. Game was much closer than that, though, as Maryland netted 2 empty net goals. And the Terps get their first win of the spring semester and pick up their first win in the conference since they beat Stevenson back in October.
Yeah, I mean, that's great win all around. Full 60-minute effort, which is what Coach Carter emphasized. If you ask me, I think maybe we should have bus issues every game. Then maybe we'll keep playing like this. But in all seriousness, great win by Maryland. And full 60-minute effort, great pace. Beganowski getting that hat trick. And the other goal obviously coming from Muirhead. Didn't really have too many penalty issues. They only had 2, not counting that Pelletier, so 3 in total. That's a great win, and I'd like to thank you for joining us as well. There's 31 viewers right now.
Yeah, and it's almost 1 a.m. Eastern. So thank you so much for your loyalty here to Maryland Hockey Network. And hey, look at us. Made it through the whole stream today. No technical difficulties today. And Maryland comes out with a 4-1 win. Again, we'll go through the goals there real quick. Andrew Muirhead started it off for Maryland in the first period. Drexel tied it up at 1 late in the first. Zach Jones with the goal. And then Patrick Beganowski scored 1 at the end, very end of the second period to give Maryland a 2-1 lead. And then Beganowski scored 2 empty net goals in the last minute and a half to get his hat trick and get Maryland the win. They are now 6-9-1 on the season, while Drexel drops to 5-14-1. And what a momentum-building game this could turn out to be. So we want to say thank you to everyone for joining us here on the Maryland Hockey Network. For my partner, Matt Fusillo, my name is Mark McClure. Final score here from the Class of 1923 Arena, 4-1 Maryland. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you for staying up late with us. And we wish you a pleasant rest of your night. Get some rest, and we will too. Bye now.